You're quite sure you're alone?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, I haven't spoken to anybody for several days. My French isn't exactly brilliant, you know.
I thought I'd tell you at once why I came to see you.
I thought somebody would be along sooner or later. Had a lot of letters from Amy.
And you know pretty well what I got to say.
I've not read them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Beastly job for you, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, look here, you get it over and then we'll have a jolly evening. Well, go on.
I'm not too keen on making a public discussion out of this.
Well, don't be silly. These people don't understand English anyhow. Speak up.
Has it occurred to you that your wife is frightfully unhappy?
Will she get over it?
Does she deserve to be treated like this?
No.
Have you any complaint to make against her?
None.
Well, then isn't it monstrous to leave her in this fashion after 17 years of married life? Without a fault to find with her?
Monstrous?
I beg your pardon. Well, so long as you acknowledge that, there doesn't seem to be much more to be said.
I don't think there is.
I'm sorry. Hang it all, one can't leave a woman without a penny.
Why not?
How's she going to live?
I've supported her for 17 years. Why shouldn't she support herself for a change?
She can't.
I know Amy. She'll manage.
Don't you care for her anymore?
Not a bit.
But there are your children to think of. If you chuck everything like this, they'll be thrown on the streets.
They've had a good many years of comfort, much more than the majority of children have. Besides, somebody will always look after them. When it comes to the point, the McAndrews will pay for their schooling.
But aren't you fond of them? Don't you want to have anything to do with them?
I liked them well enough when they were kids, but now that they're growing up, I haven't any particular feeling for them.
It's just inhuman.
I dare say.
Everyone will think you a perfect swine.
Let them.
Won't it mean anything to you that people loathe and despise you?
No.
Are you sure it won't begin to worry you? Everyone has some sort of conscience. Supposing your wife died, wouldn't you be tortured by remorse? What have you to say to that?
Only that you're a blasted fool.
I beg your pardon. At all events, you can be forced to support your wife and children. I suppose the law has some protection to offer them.
Can the law get blood out of a stone? I haven't any money. I've got about £100.
What are you going to do when you spend that?
Earn some. Why doesn't Amy marry again? She's comparatively young, not unattractive. I can recommend her as an excellent wife. If she wants to divorce me, I don't mind.
Now, that is clever of you. But you're not going to find things quite as easy as that. I can assure you that nothing you can do will ever induce your wife to divorce you. She's quite made up her mind.
My dear fellow, I don't care. It doesn't matter a brass farthing to me, one way or the other.
Oh, come now. You mustn't think of such fools as all that. We happen to know that you came away with a woman.
Huh?
I don't see what you find so amusing.
Poor Amy. What poor minds women have got. Love. It's always love. They think a man leaves only because he wants others. Do you think I'd be such a fool as to do what I've done for a woman?
Do you mean to say you didn't leave your wife for another woman?
No, of course not.
On your word of honor?
On my word of honor.
And what in heaven's name have you left her for?
I want to paint.
But you're 40.
That's what made me think it was high time to begin.
Have you ever painted?
I rather wanted to be a painter when I was a boy, but my father wanted me to go into business. He said there was no money in art. I started to paint about a year ago. Last year I've been going to classes at night.
Was that where you went when your wife thought you were playing bridge at your club?
That's it.
Why didn't you tell her?
I prefer to keep it to myself.
Can you paint?
Not yet, but I shall. That's why I came over here. I couldn't find what I wanted in London. I thought perhaps I could here.
What makes you think you have any talent?
I've got to paint.
Aren't you taking an awful chance? It'll be a frightful sell, but at the end you have to acknowledge that you made a hash of it.
I've got to paint.
Supposing you're never anything more than third rate. Do you think it'll have been worthwhile to give up everything?
You are a fool.
I don't see why. I mean, it's foolish to say what's obvious.
I tell you, I've got to paint. I can't help myself. When a man falls into the water, it doesn't matter how he swims, well or badly. He's got to get out, or else he'll drown.
Well, then you won't go back to your wife.
Never.
She's willing to forget everything and start afresh. She won't make you a single reproach.
And she can go to the devil.